That's a police chopper!
Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraid Not. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I did. Crystal Palace won and Man United won, and they put in such a solid performance. I was really impressed as well, so I'm really looking forward to the Liverpool game at the weekend. But we're not here, we're not talking about football today. I sent out a tweet last night asking you guys if you wanted to see a COD commentary today or my first impressions of the full release of Battlefield Hardline, because I have been playing it since the weekend. I have got it via EA Early Access, I think, on the Xbox One, which is really handy, by the way. It's like a really small fee that I pay each month, and you get games early. Well, not get them early, but you get to play like 10 hours worth early. So I've been playing it all weekend. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I'm going to be talking to you guys what I like, what I don't like, and will I be recommending it to you. Most reviews tend to start with the good things, so let's start there. Now, the maps I really enjoy. There's not really one map that I can say that I hate. There's one that I'm not really that keen on. It's like a swampy type map, but most of the maps are very similar to Battlefield 4. Hanian Resort comes to mind. There's a map that's literally identical to it, where you've got the little bits outside, or the little capture zones outside with a couple of rivers separating them, and with a main building in the middle, which everyone seems to fight over, and it just reminded me so much of it, and I'm a big fan of the maps of this game. Now, the hit section and the lag in general, now this is going to be, I think, a main talking point between the Battlefield's kind of hardcore fan base, because the Battlefield 4 launched so bad with the hit detection and the lag and things like that, and me being as honest as I possibly can, I didn't really notice too much wrong with the lag so far. You know, everyone's going to have their different experiences, but personally, out of my 6 or 7 hours game time, there was one death, and one death that I can think of that I called bullshit. I was so far around a corner and I just dropped, and it was, as I say, it was just one death, and that isn't bad out of 6 or 7 hours, to be perfectly honest. The next thing I really liked about Battlefield Hardline was the new game types. And now I played Heist, Hotwire and Blood Money. There's 2 extra ones which are competitive, which I haven't actually played yet. I'll probably play when I actually buy the game on Friday. But it's, you know me and my competitive games. I'm not really a big fan of them. But Heist in particular is my favourite one so far, and Blood Money I really enjoyed as well. They're very fast paced, a lot of fun, and it really is a different spin on the Battlefield franchise. The next thing I've got down is the weapons. Now, something that I really liked in Hardline rather than Battlefield 4 was the fact in Battlefield 4 they all felt like it was the same gun, they just looked different, but they all had the same characteristics and they all kind of done the same thing. Whereas on Hardline, every gun felt different to me. Every gun that I picked up and used, it had like a different recoil pattern, it had a different like reload. It really varied quite a lot between each weapon. And a couple of extra points here I'd like to make about it is just the humour, the Easter eggs, the drivable couch. I don't know if you guys have been made aware. I'll leave a link to Jack Frags' video in the description so you guys can check it out. Yeah, just the general humour in this game. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I really enjoy that about Hardline. Let's move on quickly to some of the things that I didn't really like or don't really like about Battlefield Hardline, and that's I'm getting that Titanfall feel as well with the weapon variety. Now, every weapon feels different, but there just seems like there isn't many of them, especially not compared to Battlefield 4 and the amount of guns that they've got. And I know they all felt the same, but in Hardline I was expecting, from the beta it had like 4, I think, of each class, and going into the new game I think you've got 1 extra. It was just like the Titanfall effect again. I feel like that they need to add more guns, which I think they will with the premium. The next thing I want to quickly mention is the frag grenades. They seem a little OP. Now, this might just be me, but I've never died so many times to a grenade. Now, it might just me being in the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever, but I just feel like every time I get anywhere near a grenade I just never survive it, ever. And I don't know if that's a common problem between everyone that's played it so far, or if it's just me just moaning and bitching, but yeah, so frag grenades for me seem on a little bit of the overpowered side. The next couple of things are just little annoyances that I've got, and now one of them is not being able to change your squad whilst you're dead, and in the respawn part I like to be in squads of sort of 4 or 5, and I don't really look at my squad status until I am dead. So when I am dead I can go to the menu and change my squad, but on Battlefield 4 I could anyway, but on Hardline you can't. Hopefully they change that. Again, it's only a little annoyance, it's not nothing major. When you play TDM on this game, the respawn time can be up to 7 seconds. That's ridiculous. I can understand it on objective game modes and having a longer respawn time, but on TDM, I didn't really understand it. So it's, again, another little annoyance. Nothing too major, but I just feel like if you're playing TDM, you should be able to instantly respawn. And the last thing I want to mention is the user interface. It still needs work. The health bar is way too small. Every time, I know where it is, but every time that I take damage, I always want to look at my health, and I always find a job job trying to find it, and I don't know if it's me or my eyes or whatever, but it does seem to be really small, and I think the UI does need a little bit more work. But I think the conclusion to the video is that I am really enjoying Hardline. I cannot wait to pick it up on Friday. I still haven't decided what platform I'm going to be playing it on. I'm thinking PS4, only because I've got a couple of friends who are getting it on PS4, but I did have a lot of fun when I played the beta on PC, so I might pick it up for PC. Who knows? I've got all week to decide, but yeah, I really recommend this game. It does seem to be in better shape than what Battlefield 4 was on release, but then, you know, I've only played kind of the EA Access early release, you know. I mean, it totally could be different, could be have more updates on release day on Friday or tomorrow, I think it is, or today, for you US guys anyway. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a rating, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.